go ahead and draw it out. I think the visual, again, component for us is what's really important for us to see. Okay, here's where it starts, and here where it's ending up. Okay, because again, I'm not assessing you on if you can identify a theme. I'm assessing you on, can you tell me how it was created and developed? All right, so again, determine maybe that topic first, pull out some of the internal context, meaning what was happening within the video, put it on our plot points, and then ultimately arrive at writing that theme and telling me how it was developed, okay? Again, with the development piece, is it acceptable to just be like one answer, like one word? Like the theme is developed through, and I put just one word after that. Did I put one word after it? I did it? Right, I just said it was developed by what for the necklace? The characters. Okay, so that is acceptable, right? You would just prove it in your explanation. Following? If you would like to work through it with the person sitting next to you, I'm cool with that. Okay? Come back together here 10, 15 minutes or so. Check in 10 minutes. Does that sound good? Sound good? A little bit of feedback helps. Sound good?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, great. Is this more helpful, or do you want like the video or the steps back up? What's more helpful? Seeing the plot mountain or like this? Would this be more helpful? Yes? Okay. Okay, talk through it with Jake or whomever. So start with that topic. What do we need to talk about? What's the set topic? Could be several. There's not like one right or wrong answer for that. Or just from the title. What would it be? It's called hair. Yeah, hair, right? But what are they trying to show through the hair? Or like through the dad having to do her hair?
I don't know, it's true. I don't know on that, but I'm sure they were too similar. Yeah.
That's a little creative. Right? You're a man, right? Music is all creative. Right? There's like the interpretations and like the show you put on, and the costume you all wear. All of that is based on a theme, the music you choose, right? Same thing when it comes to videos, movies, TV shows, what we read. So if they're using hair to kind of be our focus, to try and teach us a message, is your hair the same as my hair? Is it the same as Jay's hair? No, right? Because who do we get our hair from? Our parents. So what relationships are we trying to show with the video? Who was helping her with her hair? Her dad. Who, like the videos she was watching, figure out who that was in the videos? Her mom. So what are they really focusing on, the hair or the relationship? So relationships becomes your topic, and then I would actually be okay too if you can put like for the overall topic, those are just examples. You could start like with social or like cultural, and then kind of make it more narrow and focused on the example we're using. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Alright, so what did you choose? What'd you say our top? Okay. So did you determine a theme? Okay, still working through the thought ones? Okay, determine our term.
We need about 5 more minutes or so. Does that work?
So I can trade like
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you would wanna ask yourself, okay, how do I know that? What within my video, what within those thought points is telling me that that's the message? And then that becomes how it was created, okay? then how was it shown? Like which of those like internal contexts would you like to point as, oh, it was shown through this?
I'd say it was shown through the excitement that she woke up and saw the horror.
So the author used what to create it? Okay, so it could be facial expressions, right, especially with the video aspect, that would be an appropriate answer. Mood even, right, because as the audience is kind of watching it, and as our character's mood is changing, right, we feel that too, like with them. Oh, I'll take it. Wanna do one? Wanna do one? Wanna do one? Would somebody have the climax for me? Turning point? Yeah, I think so. Anyone wanna volunteer? We need a falling action and our resolution. Action, we got one for the resolution. Somebody add for me Fletcher, are you doing that as a climax? That's fine. Can you just draw an arrow to like the point at the top, like our triangle?
Should we just write it so?
That would be better, yeah. Anyone do a falling action for me? Come on. Thanks. Gotta have something leading us to our resolution. Otherwise, it would be weird. Yeah, I think so.
Can I talk about how there's like its own relationality?
Okay. Thank you to those of you that came up and helped us, right? First thing we have to do when we're thinking of our development is, okay, what is my topic that I am focusing on? What is focused on throughout the entire video in this case? Which was identified as those relationships, right? And the hair is kind of what's being used to show the emphasis on the relationship, okay? So either one would be accepted. When we are kind of looking at our plot points right now, what should be emphasized? The description or the what? Description, right? So right now, some of these are kind of lacking that description piece. And that's really the important part for us to determine how they're being created, right? So at the beginning, she's excited for a big day. How do we know it's a big day? What did we see? There was a heart on the calendar, right? Any other indications that it was a big day? She was excited, right? So that emotion. What else? Say it again.
Like jumps out of bed.
Okay, jumps out of bed. And then she puts on like that fancy dress, right? Did she wake up and say, I'm so excited because today is a big day? No, right? We're picking up on these things based on what we're seeing. Same exact thing as a description within a story. All right? When it says our next plot point here, the daughter looks for a hairstyle to have and finds one that she likes. Where is she looking for these? Okay, on her tablet. Who is she watching? Do we know that at this point?
No.
No, so to us, it's just what? Yeah, right? Lady who knows how to do her type of hair. Right? They have similar hair. Okay, the daughter tries to follow the tutorial on her own but fails. How do we know she fails? Okay, big mess, right? Was she super happy?
No.
Okay, she's sad. The dad finds her trying to do her hair on her own, attempts to do it on his own, but again, kind of backs off. How do we know he's backing off or afraid or kind of timid about this? All right?
He was clinging to the bed with fear.
Okay, clinging to the bed. What else?
You look hard.
Okay, his facial expression. What else? Somebody shouted out.
He tried to get away with not doing her hair at all, just tried to put the hat on her head.
Okay, tried the hat, but then they literally compared it
Boxing.
to boxing, right? Okay. I think one we would want to add here, right, that her dad does successfully do her hair, okay? Climax, daughter seeing her mother in the hospital, all right? I think we could put here, like, with hair done, which is also here, right? This one is adding in those details of the fact that her mom used to do it, so what do we learn? Yes, right? What else do we learn about the mom? She's sick, right? Which we can assume is cancer because she has no hair. Right? She's wearing that scarf. What makes her want to take off the scarf? Her daughter shows her a picture. Each one of these moments, when we have something change or a monumental feeling, who's involved? The daughter and her dad, or the daughter and her mom, right? The mom is affected by the daughter when she sees the drawing. Do all of these points support the topic we pulled out? Yes. Can we create a theme, a message? What do we think our message is? What about relationships are they trying to tell us?
I'd say one could be that love is a powerful that can help you do things.
Okay, love is powerful. Anyone else have something different? Okay, lots of things can be created. Kendall?
I heard about like actions as far as the words.
Okay. Anyone else? Corinne?
With love, you can do anything.
Right? With any of these, if I said your theme has to be based on relationships, we would want to add the word relationships within there, okay? Just to be sure that we're being specific and not assuming that our reader knows that like we're using love to symbolize the relationship piece for us, okay? All right, so once we have our theme, are we done? No, because it's actually asking us to do what? Tell us how it was created, okay? So any one of these, how was it created? What did the author use within the story to create them? Okay, so, right, they created the mood of empathy. Could you say that the theme was developed through the mood that the author created? Yeah. Okay, what else? else are themes created? Kinda-
The facial expressions.
Okay, facial expressions, right? We're watching a video. Were there any words? No, so like you couldn't say the dialogue, right? That would be wrong. But those facial expressions give us a lot. Could even be an indicator of helping it be created through the mood. Here? Okay, so through like our conflicts, right? And we could put even here like overcoming conflicts. Good? Anyone else? Maya? Yep. In regards to what? Yeah, so the setting with like the home, right? The hospital obviously is gonna help. But I think too, in regards to setting, I think we could even throw in the like African American component there, right? Because they use a very certain type of hair that takes a lot more work, right? My hair does not take that much work to do a style because it's not curly like that. I don't need a whole lot of extra styling tools. So for it to work, right, they're relying on that African American component. Does that make sense? It's an active choice by the creator. Okay? Anything else? All right, any questions? I'm gonna have us do one last thing that is going to take us a minute. Maybe two, depending on how long it takes you to write this. I'm gonna give everyone a sticky note. On the sticky note, summarize what you learned today. Put it on the board. Make sure your name is on it, please. As soon as you have that, you can put your notes away and you are done. Say it again. Yes, put your name on. You can just stick it anywhere on the board when you're done. Summarize what you learned today. Sure, we're focusing on the skill aspect, not